We are going to continue the morning reading of Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. As usual, every day. Jai Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Gurudev ki Jai. Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki Jai. Śrīla Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Swāmī Prabhu ki Jai. Śrīla A.C. Bhakti-vedanta Swāmī Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Sri Guru Gauranga Radha Giridhar ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrinda ki Jai. We are in Madhya-līlā, and today we're going to start with chapter 10. The Lord returned to Jagannātha Purī. Okay. While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling in South India, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had many talks with King Prataparudra. When Maharaj Prataparudra requested the Bhattacharya to arrange an interview with the Lord, Bhattacharya assured him that he would try to do so as soon as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned from South India. When the Lord returned to Jagannātha Purī from his South Indian tour, he lived at the house of Kasi Mishra. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya introduced many Vaishnavas to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after his return. The father of Ramananda Roy, Bhavananda Roy, offered another son named Vaninath Patanajaka for the Lord's service. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu informed his associates about the pollution of Kṛṣṇadāsa brought about by his association with the Bhattataris, and thus the Lord proposed to give him leave. Nityananda Prabhu sent Kṛṣṇadāsa to Bengal to inform the Navadvip devotees about the Lord's return to Jagannātha Purī. All the devotees of Navadvip thus began arranging to come to Jagannātha Purī. At this time, Paramananda Puri was at Navadvip, and immediately upon hearing news of the Lord's return, he started for Jagannātha Purī, accompanied by a Brahmana named Kamalakanta. Purushottam Bhattacharya, a resident of Navadvip, was educated at Varanasi. He accepted the renounced order from Chaitanya Chandra, but he himself took the name of Swarup. Thus he arrived at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After the demise of Sri Ishvara Puri, his disciple Govinda, following his instructions, went to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Due to his relationship with Kesava Bharati, Brahmananda Bharati was also respectfully received by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he arrived at Jagannātha Purī, he was advised to give up the deerskin clothing he wore. When Brahmananda understood Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu correctly, he accepted him as Krishna himself. However, when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya addressed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Krishna, the Lord immediately protested. In the meantime, Kasishvara Gosvāmī also came to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this chapter, devotees from many different areas come to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they are exactly like many rivers that come from many places to finally flow into the sea. Text 1, chapter 10. So we start in here. You want to follow the reading, or you're okay with? So it's up to you.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Tambande Gaura Jaladam Swasya Yo Darshanam Ritai Vicheda Vagraha Lana Bhakta Sasyani Ajivajat. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is compared to a cloud that pours water on fields of grain, which are like devotees suffering due to a shortage of rain. Separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a drought, But when the Lord returns, his presence is like a nectarian rain that falls on all the grains and saves them from perishing. Yaya Yaya Sri Chaitanya Yaya Nityananda Yaya Dvaita Chandra Yaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Lord Chaitanya, all glories to Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Purve Jaya Mahaprabhu Chalila Dakshine Prataparudra Rayatave Bolaila Sarva Baume. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed for South India, King Prataparudra called Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to his palace. Vasite asana dile kori namaskare Mahaprabhura Bhartaktave Puchila Tanhare. When Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya met with the king offered him a seat with all respects and inquired about news of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sunilana Tomara Gare Eka Mahasaya Goda Haite Aila Tenho Mahakripa Maya. The king said to the Bhattacharya, I have heard that one great personality has come from Bengal and is staying at your home. I have also heard that he is very, very merciful. Tomarabahu kripa kaila kohe sarvajana kripa kore karahamora tanhara darshana. I have also heard that this great personality has shown you great favor. At any rate, this is what I hear from many different people. Now, being merciful upon me, you should do me the favor of arranging an interview. Bhatakohe Jesunila Sava Satyahaya Tanra Darshana Tomara Gatana Nahaya. The Bhattacharya replied, all that you have heard is true, but as far as an interview is concerned, it is very difficult to arrange. Virakta Sanyasi Tenhun Rahena Nirjane Swapneha Nakarena Tenhun Raya Darashane. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the renounced order and is very much detached from worldly affairs. He stays in solitary places, and even in dreams he does not grant interviews to a king. Tatapi prakare toma karaitama darashana samprati karila tenhu dakshina gramana. Still, I should have tried to arrange your interview. But he has recently left the tour. To tour South India. Jaya kohe Jagannātha chodi kehe kene gela bata kohe mahantera ei ekalila. The king asked, why has he left Jagannath Puri? Bhattacharya replied, such are the pastimes of a great personality. Tirtha pavitra karite kore tirtha brahmana sei chale nistaraje samrika jana. Great saints go to the holy places of pilgrimage in order to purify them. For that reason, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is visiting many tirthas and delivering many, many conditioned souls. Bhavat Vidha Bhagavatas Tirti Bhuta Swayam Vivo Tirti Kurvanti Tirtani Swanta Stena Gadabritam. Saints of your caliber are themselves places of pilgrimage. Because of their purity, they are constant companions of the Lord, and therefore they can purify even the places of pilgrimage. This verse, spoken by Maharaj Yudhishthir to Vidura in the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.13.10, is also quoted in the Adi-lila 1.63. Vaisnavera eihaya eka svabhavanishchala tenho jiva nahenahana swatantra isvara. A Vaishnava travels to places of pilgrimage to purify them and reclaim fallen conditioned souls. This is one of the duties of a Vaishnava. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not a living entity, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Consequently, he is a fully independent controller, yet, in his position as a devotee, he carries out the activities of a devotee. Purport. Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur points out that because there are many permanent residents in holy places who do not precisely follow the rules and regulations governing living in a sacred place, exalted devotees have to go to these places to reclaim them. This is the business of a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is unhappy to see other materially enmeshed. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the worshipable deity of all Vaishnavas, the activities of a Vaishnava were taught by him. He is the complete and independent Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Purna Sudho Nitya Mukta. He is complete, completely uncontaminated and eternal. He is Sanatana, for he has no beginning or end. Raya kohe, tanre tumi jaiti kene dile, paya podi yatna kori kene na rakile. Upon hearing this, the king replied, Why did you allow him to live? Why didn't you fall at his lotus feet and keep him here? Bhattacharya kohe, tenho swayan Ishvara swatantra, saksat si Krishna tenho nahe para tantra. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself and is completely independent. Being Lord Krishna himself, he is not dependent on anyone. Tatapi rakite tanre bahujatna kailun, Isvarera swatantra icha rakite narilun. Still, I endeavored very hard to keep him here, but because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and completely independent, I was not successful. Raya kohe bata tumi vinya siromani, tumi tanre Krishna kaha tate satyamani. The king said, Bhattacharya, you are the most learned and experienced person I know. Therefore, when you address Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Lord Krishna, I accept this as the truth. Purport. This is the way to advance in spiritual science. One must accept the words of an acharya, a bona fide spiritual master, to clear the path for spiritual advancement. This is the secret of success. However, one's guide must be a spiritual master who is actually an unalloyed devotee, strictly following the instructions of the previous acharya without deviation. Whatever the spiritual master says must be accepted by the disciple. Only then is success certain. This is the Vedic system. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was a Brahmana and a realized soul, whereas Prataparudra was a Kshatriya. Kshatriya kings used to obey very faithfully the orders of learned Brahmanas and saintly persons, and in this way they would rule their country. Similarly, Vaishyas used to follow the king's orders, and the Sudras used to serve the three higher castes. In this way, the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Sudras used to live cooperatively, performing their respectful duties. Consequently, society was peaceful, and people were able to discharge the duties of Krishna consciousness. Thus, they were happy in this life and able to return home back to Godhead. Punarapi hantanra haila agamana ekavara dekikori safalana jana. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returns again, I wish to see him just once in order to make my eyes perfect. Bhattacharya kohe tenho asive alpa kole rahite tanre eka stana chahije virale. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, His Holiness, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, will return very soon. I wish to have a nice place ready for him, a place solitary and peaceful. Takurera nikata arahaive nirjane eimata nirnaya kori deha ekastane. Lord Chaitanya's residence should be very secluded and also near the temple of Jagannātha. Please consider this proposal and give me a nice place for him. Raya kohe, aiche kasi misrera vavana, takurera nikata haya parama nirjana. The king replied, Kasi Mishra's house is exactly what you required. It is near the temple and is very secluded, calm and quiet. Eta kohi raya rahe utkantita hanya, Bhattacharya Kasi Mishra kahila asiya. After saying this, the king became very anxious for the Lord to return. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya then went to Kasi Mishra to convey the king's desire. Kasi Mishra kohe ami bada bhagyavan moragrihe prabhu padenak have avastana. When Kasi Mishra heard the proposal, he said, I am very fortunate that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord of all Prabhus, will stay at my home. Purport. In this verse, the word Prabhupada, referring to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is significant. Regarding this, Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Gosvāmī Prabhupada comments, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, Sri Krishna, and all his servants address him as Prabhupada. This means that there are many Prabhus taking shelter under his lotus feet. The pure Vaishnava is addressed as Prabhu, and this address is an etiquette observed between Vaishnavas. When many Prabhus remain under the shelter of the lotus feet of another Prabhu, the address Prabhupada is given. Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Advaita Prabhu are also addressed as Prabhupada. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Advaita Prabhu, and Sri Nityananda Prabhu are all Vishnu Tattva. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu. I'm going to read that again. Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Advaita Prabhu are also addressed as Prabhupada. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Advaita Prabhu, and Sri Nityananda Prabhu are all Vishnu Tattva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu. Therefore, all living entities are under their lotus feet. Lord Vishnu is the eternal Lord of everyone, and the representative of Lord Vishnu is the Lord's confidential servant. Such a person acts as the spiritual master for neophyte Vaishnavas. Therefore, the spiritual master is as respectable as Sri Krishna Chaitanya or Lord Vishnu himself. For this reason, the spiritual master is addressed as Om Vishnupad or Prabhupada. The Acharya, the spiritual master, is generally respected by others as Sripad, and the initiated Vaishnava are addressed as Prabhu. Prabhupada, and Vishnupad are described in revealed scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam, Caitanya-caritāmṛta, and Chaitanya Bhagavat. In this regard, these scriptures present evidence accepted by unalloyed devotees. The Prakrita Sahayas are not even worthy of being called Vaishnavas. They think that only caste Goswāmīs should be called Prabhupada. Such ignorant Sahayas call themselves Vaishnava Das Anudas, which means the servant of the Vaishnavas. However, they are opposed to addressing a pure Vaishnava as Prabhupada. In other words, they are envious of a bona fide spiritual master who is addressed as Prabhupada. and they commit offenses by considering a bona fide spiritual master an ordinary human being or a member of a certain caste. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur describes such sahayas as most unfortunate. Because of their misconceptions, they fall into a hellish condition. So we are going to stop here today. And we continue tomorrow when all the Vaishnavas are coming to Jagannath Puri to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jai Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki Jai, Śrīla Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī Prabhu ki Jai, Śrīla A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swāmī Prabhupada ki Jai. And we read a little bit from the Sermons of Guardian of Devotion, Volume 1, by Śrīla Bhakti Rakha Śrīla Deva Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. We are in Chapter 6, the highest conception of conduct. Yeah? One day, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was chanting the Lord's name and wandering in the sky. At his sweet will, I'm going to read that again. One day, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was chanting the Lord's name and wandering in the sky at his sweet will. Suddenly, he found that he was just near Yamalaya, where Yama, the Lord of Death, holds court for judging the sinners of this world. He also found there Brahma, Narada, Shiva, and others, discussing with Yamaraj the meaning of two slokas spoken by Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 9.30-31, but they could not solve the problem of discerning the proper meaning of the slokas. Api ched sudura charo vayate mam ananyabhak sadur eva sa mantabhya samyag vyavasito hi sa. Externally, a person may be seen to commit many sins, but if he is exclusively given to my devotion, he should be considered most pure, a saint. Whatever he does 100% rightly. Sipram bhavati dharmatma sasvach shantim nigachati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranasyati. Very soon he will become religious in his behavior, and he will be seen to acquire real peace in his life. O son of Kunti, confidently declare to the public that my devotee never meets ruination. The exclusive devotee is transcendental to piety and sinfulness. But one who is engaged in the Lord's exclusive devotion, Ananya Vayan, has been defined by the Lord in his own words, Sarva Dharmam Parityaya Mamekam Saranam Braya. My exclusive devotee is he who gives up all phases of duties, Sarva Dharman, and surrenders to my feet, accepting only his duties to me. How, then, having already surpassed all phases of duties and surrendered to the Lord, can that exclusive devotee, Ananya Bhak, further be seen to become a dutiful or externally pious man, Sipram Bhavati Dharmatma? This is an anomaly. Yamaraj, Brahma, Narada, etc. discussed this point, but could not arrive at any solution. How can one become righteous in the near future when he has already abandoned all kinds of duties, either righteous or unrighteous, in order to exclusively surrender to the feet of the Supreme Lord? Finding no solution, they sent for Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who they noticed was moving in the sky and taking the name of the Lord. He is a pure devotee and not an ordinary devotee. He has deep knowledge of the scriptures, so let him come and explain these verses of Bhagavad Gita. And so Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was invited, and he went there. He gave the meaning, Api Ch.6 Sudura Charu, Vayate Mam Ananya Bhak. Despite his outer practices, the exclusive devotee Ananya Bhak is to be accepted mantavya as a 100% saint, sadhu. Therefore, the conclusion is that he who can realize this, he who declares that an exclusive devotee of Krishna, regardless of his outer practices, is a 100% saintly, he will soon become dharmatma, virtuous and religious. His statement and conclusion is 100% correct, and his conduct will soon become very pure, and he, too, will have the chance of accepting the path towards eternal truth. So Arjuna, you take advantage of this and boldly declare to the public that my devotee who gives himself wholly unto me can never come to ruination, even if he may be seen to be outwardly doing something wrong. He will be saved. His successful life is assured. But by this declaration, you will get the benefit of becoming righteous and have the chance of attaining eternal spiritual peace. Whoever can understand this and has the courage to declare that my exclusive devotee is never subject to ruination, he in turn gets this chance to come to this path of exclusive devotion, and he will attain eternal peace. He will attain everything because he has the proper appreciation for exclusive devotion. Everything is for the Lord and not for any other part. In the Absolute, everything is for itself. The Absolute is for itself. Whether we obey or disobey the law of provincial or separate interest, we must, without fail, obey the rule that everything is for him. This is the main rule, and all others are subsidiary. We may or may not carry on our duties, but we must carry on our duty towards the center. This is the all-important factor in every case. Thus, one who can appreciate this and boldly assert it to the public must have substantial appreciation for this conception, and he is sure to survive and improve his future condition very soon. He will attain the path of eternal peace, and that is the service of myself, Krishna. This is the underlying meaning. The highest quality in every part of the whole is that everyone must be dedicated towards the center, even crossing his dutifulness in respect to any other environmental position. And one who can feel, appreciate, and assert this, he will also soon achieve such a position. His inner heart can appreciate, and that is something of a realization on that path. It will very soon take effect, and the public will see, oh, he is also entering this path of Ananya Bhajana, the exclusive adherence to the call of the absolute center, and that is all in all. Dharma means morals, duties, including duties to father, mother, country, society, humanity, etc. But if one neglects all this and keeps a straight relationship towards me, he will be considered free of any fault. He is in the line of Sarva Dharma Parityaya, Mamekam Saranam Braja. He is doing right, and one who can simply appreciate this will also very soon be converted to the same class. This is the whole purport. And we can stop here and continue tomorrow. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Rakshadeva Gosvāmī Maharaj Ki Jai. Want to sing?
Hariraya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hariraya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopala Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan.
Gopala Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan.
Giridhari Gopinath
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra.
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra.
Gadadhara Shiva Sati Gaura Bhattavrinda. Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhattavajuna. Joy Gosai Kori Charana Vandana. Saha Hoite Vignana Vishtanurana. Joy Gosai Charamui Charada. Kasapara Pada Vena Mawa Tadera Charana Sebi Bhakta Saniva. Jana me Mawa Yavilā. Joy Gosai Jabe Gosai Koilaba. Hare Krishna Madhya-līlā Kavirāja. Ananda Bolo Hari Braja Vrindavan. Sri Guru Vaishnava Pade Madhyayamana. Sri Guru Vaishnava Pada Padma Kavirāja. Harinam Sankirtanto Harinam Samadhan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Goa, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo. Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Radha Ki Vidhari Tu Ki Jai. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Jai Prishipad Paramahamsa Parabhata Kacharya Vari Asatar Sasa Shishima Śrīla Bhakti Sundar Govinda Deka Swāmī Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Prishipad Paramahamsa Parabhata Kacharya Vari Asatar Sasa Shishima Śrīla Bhakti Bhakti Śrīla Deka Swāmī Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Prishipad Paramahamsa Parabhata Kacharya Vari Asatar Sasa Shishima Śrīla Bhakti Santa Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Prishipad Śrīla Gaura Kṛṣṇadāsa Babiji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Prishipad Śrīla Satchidananda Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Prishipad Śrīla Jagannātha Babiji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupanuku Gudvaka Ki Jai. Namaskar Śrīla Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Śrīla A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swāmī Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Baladev Vijayabhūshana Ki Jai. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Narottam Samananda Shri Narasacharya Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai, Shri Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja ki jai. 6 Swāmīs of Vrindavan ki jai, Sabha Sadhu Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Sabha Sadhu Shri Mahavadvi ki jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Swāmī Kṛṣṇadāsa Kundavi Govardhan ki jai, Shri Lakshmi Vivahai Devi ki jai, Shri Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya Shri Nisangha Devi ki jai, Bhakti Prabhu Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Tursi Mahavani ki jai, Tursi Purikama ki jai, Ganga Janamarji ki jai, Grantavad Shri Madhya-līlā Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki jai, Vishnu Vaishnava Sabha ki jai, Akramat Vaja Ch.6 ki jai, Madhya Sakamat ki jai, Shri Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki jai, Vishnu Bhayapi Dadya Samaka Sakamat ki jai, Shri Dhamayapur ki jai, Shri Navadvip ki jai, Vrindavan Purushottam Dham ki jai, Baladesu Vidar Jagannātha ki jai, Shri Kavirāja ki jai, Shri Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki jai, Samaveta Varsna Madhya-līlā ki jai, Samaveta Bhakti ki jai. Jai Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Jai all the devotees all over the world ki jai. Nitai Goa Premanandi Haribol.